Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Wherever you are, special greetings to you, and don't forget, if today is your first time, please do me a favor by subscribing to the channel. Also don't forget to hit on the notification bell whenever you drop video. You can also get it and watch. And don't forget, this channel is all about education, entertainment, and documents. In this episode, we are going to be looking at the quarantine-free flights which are coming into Italy. Maybe if you are in Europe or other part of the world and you want to enter in Italy these days, this is your video. Just watch it and know how you have to go about it before you can enter into Italy, and also the update of the Matteo Salvini facing the court. So guys, without wasting my time, let's do this thing together. Yeah guys, as I said before, today we are here to look at the quarantine-free flights coming into Italy. The first flight which landed in Italy was from New York, you understand. And then in this flight, you have to know that there are essential people that are coming, because you need to have a valid reason why you are coming, you understand. And then Germany and Italy is also having the same protocol of people arriving, you understand. If you arrive in Italy, you have to have you're tested at departure, like the place you depart. If like you depart from France, you need to have the proof that you had negative before you took the flight. And then if you arrive in Italy too, they will also take a test. And then if they take a test and then you are negative, that is where they will leave you to go. But if you have not tested negative and you tested positive, you will be risking to to take 2 weeks quarantine again, you understand. So you have to take note before doing this thing. Maybe, and then people were also complaining that maybe you can get negative over there and then you take the flight, but if you reach here and they test you and it is positive, what are they going to do? You are still going to remain in quarantine for 2 weeks. So you just pray that if you take your first test at the departures, like if you take your first tests and then it is negative, maybe in France you are coming, just maintain your nose mask, because in the flight maybe anything can happen, you understand. Just maintain and then make sure you are safe if you are, because now if they quarantine you for 2 weeks, the time that it will finish, the Xmas will go, you understand. So because some people are here for the Xmas and people are here for family reason, people are here for work reason. So that is the first flight which arrived from New York. That is why some people were saying people were here for work, some were here for family issues, and some were here for the Xmas, you understand. So I think that is the vice versa. It cannot be only work. But if you are also coming with essential reason, you understand, you can also come by taking the first test at your departure, and then if you arrive, they can also do you the other test, you understand. So guys, let's go and watch that video. When we are back, we will give you the rest of the update, so stay tuned.
In Italy, the first quarantine-free Alitalia flight from New York has arrived in Rome. Passengers had to prove they had tested negative for the coronavirus before they departed, and they were tested again when they had landed. If both of the tests come back negative, then travellers don't have to quarantine for 2 weeks on arrival in Italy. It's the first corridor of its kind between JFK Airport and the European country. Our correspondent Giorgia Orlandi was there as the flight arrived, and she joins us now from Fiumicino Airport. Good to see you there, Giorgia. This scheme, though, is only available for passengers coming from New York to Rome, not the other way around, and not just any traveller can get on board these flights.
Hi, Oliver. Yes, you're absolutely right. In fact, the quarantine exemption only applies to Italy, as travel restriction on entry into the United States will remain in place. Also, the system only applies to those travelers who come here for essential reasons, the main one being work-related, and also the possibility to avoid self-isolating for 14 days, provided that both tests are negative, has to be seen as an exception to what the law would normally require over here. We know that according to the latest decree that came into effect on the 4th of December, anyone arriving from extra-European countries has to self-isolate for 14 days. Now, I had the chance to speak to some of these passengers. As I said before, most of them are here for work-related reasons, but some of them are here also for family reasons and to reunite with their relatives over the Christmas period. Take a listen.
Knowing that all the people on board the plane tested negative for COVID before departing made me feel very safe.
di conforto, direi, e in confronto a altri voli
Much safer than other flights I took earlier this year, where I was concerned just by seeing other passengers remove their masks to eat.
dovevano togliersi la mascherina per mangiare.
So I'm a military member, so I travel back and forth, work in hospitals, so it's really important to me to be able to take this test that I'm getting in the airport and then be able to use it and get back to work as quickly as possible.
Our son was born during the pandemic, so we couldn't travel. We brought him here to finally meet his grandparents. They've never had the chance to meet him, given the circumstances. This means that we'll be able to enjoy each other's company in the next 2 weeks.
Now, the consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic on the air travel industry are quite serious. We know that passengers traffic dropped 90%. That's why this has to be seen as a new travel protocol that will be evaluated in order to be really offered in the view of the 2021 season, but also these could be used in other countries as well. We know that the Italian government is expected to allow airline companies to offer flights operating between Italy and Germany using the same travel protocol.
I hope you have seen the video. So that is that for the quarantine free flight coming into Italy, and as I said before, they said that is the same protocol that is going to be happening Italy and Germany. You understand? If you are moving from Germany to Italy, Italy to Germany, they have the vice versa of testing from departure and testing as arrival. You understand? So that is that for the quarantine free flight if you want to enter into Italy, or if you are any part of the world and you are planning to enter these days, this is your video. You understand? So guys, let's move on to the other story. It is going to be the update of the Matteo Salvini facing the court. We have said this thing many times, and then it is a long process, you understand, for Matteo Salvini, for them to judge him for facing this 15 years imprisonment or taking off his powers or bringing him down in parliament. Although he is less popular now, but the court needs to take decisions because this man involved Giuseppe Conte and other 2 former prime ministers, you understand. So they cannot just conclude the case if they have not heard the verdict of the the prime minister, who is Giuseppe Conte. So on Saturday, I think they are going to ask him some questions about what he also know about Salvini kidnapping these people on top of the sea. And this was not the first time Matteo Salvini did that. He also did not allow the open arms to drop like 100 of immigrants on dry land. He left them for the sea for some time, you understand. So the case is just very complicated, and then they are looking forward to see what Giuseppe Conte is going to say, whether he has a hand in it or he doesn't has a hand in it. That is where they can judge the case, you understand. But now Giuseppe Conte is involved. They cannot judge the case just like that, you understand. So we are looking forward to see. It will take a long time, but it's a long process, but we are still waiting. But you know, they have changed some of his laws and then all that things, you understand. So I think we are just in a good process, and we are also waiting to see whatever will be the result, you understand. So guys, let's go and watch the video. When we are back, we will give you the rest of the update, so stay tuned.
The former Interior Minister of Italy is facing kidnapping charges. Matteo Salvini is accused of delaying 130 migrants from disembarking a Coast Guard ship in July last year. Italy's Prime Minister, Giuseppe Conte, and 2 former ministers have also been called to testify in court. If convicted, Salvini risks up to 15 years in prison for abuse of power and kidnapping charges. Giorgio Orlandi reports.
Dig in deeper. That's what the preliminary hearing judge wants to do by summoning Prime Minister Conte to appear in court on Saturday. In addition, the judge has also obtained over 100 documents relating to other migrant landings on Italian shores that took place at the time Matteo Salvini was in charge. Prime Minister Conte and the 2 former ministers will have to answer questions over the government's involvement in decisions taken at the time. These will help the judge decide if the case is strong enough to try Salvini. The request to hear other members of the cabinet had been made by Salvini's defense. His lawyers have been stressing that the decision to hold the group of migrants at the time was taken collectively with the government. State prosecutors recommended that Judge Ser Pietro dismiss the case, but a special tribunal in Catania dealing with crimes committed by ministers and that originally requested the trial believes the former minister violated international law, under which Italy had the responsibility to provide a place of safety for rescued people. Salvini says he simply did what he had promised his electors. The League parties tried to take advantage of the renewed media attention on the case by staging a 3-day protest in support of Salvini that started on the 3rd of October, the date of the first pre-hearing. It's the second time Salvini has lost his immunity with the risk of facing trial over a migrant case. He had been also accused of keeping the Spanish NGO rescue ship Open Arms with over 160 migrants on board offshore for a number of days in August last year. Only once in February 2019 did the Senate decide to block a trial against the former minister for allegedly keeping migrants confined. But things are not the same anymore. His anti-migrant decrees have been revised by the current government, but most importantly, Salvini has lost popularity. If the Gregoretti trial goes ahead and Salvini is convicted, this could be the former minister's downfall, but if the court finds him innocent, he could re-emerge from his current decline. It will take a while to reach the final verdict, and so much can change in the meantime, not just for Salvini, but for the Italian government too. Giorgio Orlandi for Euronews in Rome.
Yeah guys, I hope you have seen the video. So that is that for you from the update of the Matteo Salvini facing the court. So this is the update I have for you today. Please, if you have not subscribed, just do us a favor by subscribing so that we can grow this family together. The name still remains Official Cracker. Till we meet again in the next video, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye bye.